Dubai roads is the one thing I say about Dubai. You miss a turn,
That's
half an hour.
Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour added.
Nightmare. And it's never clear what turn it is. Yeah, so I could technically travel anywhere I want. I can go anywhere I want, as long as I check into Romania when they ask me to. But I have to be selective with where I go, because there are certain other nation states that are interested in speaking with me. Not because I've done anything wrong, but because I've upset the agenda.
Yeah.
What, you know, a dying man will try any medication. When someone's dying, they'll try anything. And right now, what Great Britain is doing, because it's dying, it's lost the second most millionaires in the world last year. All the money's leaving. Crime's out of control. Drugs are out of control. Police can't keep up with anything. Morale's at an all-time low. Political stability is at an all-time low. Education's at an all-time low. The NHS you can laugh at. Like, the whole place is done.
They really did not like you either.
Oh, well,
especially you had the kids in school asking the teachers what colour is your Bugatti.
Well, the maid, yeah.
What can they say back to that?
That's right, I haven't got one. The big problem with England is that they can't fix their problems, so what they want to do is deal with the person who highlights the problems, which is me. They can't fix any of it, so they're saying, well, who's talking about this? This guy. Well, we can't fix it, so let's at least make the guy pointing it out go away. And that's why they're trying to pretend I'm somehow dangerous. Not the people who stab everyone on the street. Not the people who do drugs.
No.
Not the unlimited migrants arriving by boat without passports. No. Me, the man with no criminal conviction, who talks on the internet about getting strong and sticking up for what you believe in. I'm the bad guy. So then what they do is, once they decide to take a man down, is they call 100 ex-girlfriends or 100 women you knew. And they only need a 1% success rate.
Yeah.
They only need 1 out of the 100. 1 out of 1,000. They can go with a 0.1% success rate. If they can get one silly bitch to lie, now you're fucked. It's crazy because 27% of women are on antidepressants, so they're basically clinically nuts. So 27 of that 100 can't even think straight because they're on drugs.
Yeah.
And that's prescription drugs. Forget recreational drugs. That's probably 70%. And you're telling me when you're famous and rich, they can't find some bitter ex-girlfriend full of fucking Valium to tell a lie to wreck your life? Of course they can. And that's what they do. They just go through, they use women as the weapon. Women are the agents of Satan in this way. And they just sit a woman down and say, did Andrew ever hurt you? And even if she says no, they'll say, well, look, you're in trouble if you don't say he did. And women shit their pants. And they're like, well, he ain't paying my bills. I don't even talk to him anymore. I'm scared. And they just sign and they wreck you. So the whole thing's a setup.
Yeah, how do you even deal with that now? Like, surely there must be a tiny circle of people that you actually trust now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's put me off talking to girls. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Like, when girls come up to me, and it's funny, since I became a human trafficker, the amount of female attention I get is unprecedented. It's fucking ridiculous.
I've seen videos. Women are actually coming up to you.
Oh, they come up to me, they offer me, they're begging for photos and offering me their numbers and everything. Women are all over me, and they all say, please human traffic me and all this shit. I'm like, I've retired. Like, I get endless females begging for me, but it's just now, is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah.
You know, like, what am I going to do? What's going to end up happening? We're going to have sex, which is me putting in the work for her. Who gives a shit? I'm giving, I'm not getting.
Yeah, you're giving your energy.
That's right. I'm going to end up probably paying her bills or paying her dinners. I have to protect and provide for her. I'm at risk. She gets clout. Like, what do I get out of any of this? So women become far less interesting. So it's kind of the age-old adage, you know, like when you're broke, you really want money, then you get some money and you don't really care. Or when you want pussy, it's the most important thing in the world, and once you have girls, you don't want them.
Yeah.
It's like human nature.
It's like one of those things in life where when you're young, it's like one of the things you want the most, and then once you get it and experience it, you're like, well, actually, it's a lot of work.
That's right. So then you have to go deeper down and find out what's actually worth living for, and children is one of them. Purpose is the other one. And if you're going to analyze purpose is often going to come with some degree of war at some level. There's no such thing as light without dark. There's never been a king in human history who had a kingdom he didn't have to defend. As soon as you become a king, that's it. You're the king, oh great, and everyone's looking at you. It's the sword of Damocles. Everyone's looking at you and jealous of you. Oh, everyone knows who he is, and he's the king, and he's famous, he can get any girl he wants, he has hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff. Yeah, that's all great. But you have to prepare for war permanently. I kind of think maybe there's balance in the universe, whereas the people who couldn't handle the problems would never end up in the position where they have those problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if you can't deal with the stress,
you'd walk away.
Yeah, you'd run away from it.
Yeah.
So like you earn everything you have in this life, and you earn your kingdom, and you earn protecting your kingdom. So I was saying to you, and I was saying to a lot of people on interviews before I got arrested, they're going to come for me. I know how the world works.
Yeah.
Like the world is a battle for influence at all times. And I had influence and I was unchecked. They kept trying to offer me money for sponsorship deals to make me sell out to Israel or sell out to LGBT or whoever. I kept saying no to the money. Sooner or later, they're like, oh, this jackass thinks he's smart, teach him a lesson. I know how the world works, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I admire the fact that you did not give up. You just kept going. Like, regardless of all the shit that was happening, all the hate you were getting, especially when it all popped off and you were getting cancelled. Yeah. I know the real you. I know what you're like, and all this bullshit that was being spread, I was like, it's all false. The amount of people were falling for it, and I was like, you don't even fucking know the guy. Well, you haven't even taken the time to sit and listen to a podcast he's done.
100%. And I think with me there is a revenge of the nerds factor. I think, you know, there's some degree of this guy. You know, he's big and he's well known and he's clearly smart and he's very successful, and so the only thing they can say bad about me is I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
Morality. They can't attack any of my achievements. So they're like, okay, well, he's a bad person though. I was like, why? Because of this old video, there's 3 seconds of a 40-minute video where this. It's like they're literally blowing children to fucking pieces in Gaza right now. Like, what planet are you on?
Yeah.
And if you look through anyone's life, everybody has skeletons. I would argue that considering mine have been aired to the world by federal agencies, they're really not that bad. What are they, old YouTube videos and a few private WhatsApps with Thurston where I call a stupid bitch a stupid bitch? She was stupid. I don't regret anything I said because she was a fucking idiot. Like, so, I don't know what they expect me to do, like bend over and say sorry. I don't give a fuck. I mean what I say what I mean. And there's a whole bunch of people out here with worse than me. All the fucking BBC reporters, they got child porn in their closets. What the fuck they coming at me for? And nobody's mad at them. No one's writing about Hugh Edwards or Philip Schofield and how they're pieces of shit. Everyone lets them off. But they're going to attack me all day. And I think a lot of that's because my Bugatti's in their face and they ain't got one. So there's revenge of the nerds element to all of this. Yeah. But I also don't think they realize, all the haters, how much they help my brand, because there's no light without dark. And there's a lot of conversation around me, and you can't have a conversation unless someone thinks yes and someone thinks no.
Yeah.
And that causes debate. And I just benefit in the end of it. Like, I don't give a shit. So,
you know, the year itself when you blew up, is there anything you would have done differently? Because to some extent, you had no control over what clips were getting chopped up and put out there. Like, yeah,
you're right. To some extent, I mean, maybe I could have had the foresight to go through all my old content ever.
There's a lot of content.
Bros, 10 years of videos. Yeah. Like, and find the few seconds that will end up. But then you never know what's going to go viral. Like that off-the-cuff remark about what color's your Bugatti, I never expected to see it 10 million times.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to really go viral. And also, like, I'm from the street. I'm from Luton. I grew up. We make jokes. We have dark sense of humor. Like the jokes that me and my friends and our people find funny.
Yeah.
It's just, there's always going to be some dickhead on the internet who's going to pretend it's the worst thing ever. Like, my friendship group is named Racism. Like, that's what the group chat's called. Like, that's the kind of stuff we do. So even if I would have had the foresight, I would have gone through and thought, oh, that's just funny. Yeah. Oh, that's just a joke.
People could not understand that you were just fucking around, and it's like satire.
Yeah,
like, it's not real. It's just a joke. It's like comedians. Absolutely. They get let off the hook because it's their job. They're comedians. They can say wild shit. But for some reason, you can't. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, and I think it's, once again, it's selective outrage. It's false morality. It's actually weaponized morality. When someone's trying to call you a bad person, they pretend they're holier than thou, and they sit there and they go, oh, this person's bad, look at this joke. As if that guy insulting me isn't watching porn and yelling at his wife. Like, everyone's human.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are these people to even throw stones?
But you know what? I think everyone has now come to realize that's what you're like, because I'm real. You were completely unhinged, like, before you popped off. Then you popped off, then everybody was analysing what you were saying, then there was the cancellation, and then I think there was a phase where you kind of had to rebrand yourself a little bit because everybody was literally trying to get you for anything. And then now it's kind of gone back the other way, and I think the world in general is you know, they're not as, maybe not as sensitive as it used to be, because definitely a couple of years ago, when the whole woke culture was at its peak, it was just, you couldn't say anything.
Well, you couldn't say anything, and you couldn't do anything, and you couldn't point out objective reality. I mean, once you had to pretend a man was a woman because he put a wig on, well, now you can't say anything that's true, because we're living in a full false paradigm. The absolute slave mind was inflicted upon the entire population. And there are people who will say you're a bad person for pointing out objective reality. For saying a trans person is not really trans, you're a bad person. Or for saying that women are not as good at driving or not as strong as men makes you a bad person. No, it makes you a realist.
Yeah.
And if you're a realist, you're going to say certain things which are going to upset others. Like, I like to pride myself on being hyper-realistic. So are some of my opinions racist, misogynistic, or homophobic? Yes, I guess. Because I'm realistic. I'm a realist.
Yeah, and you're unapologetically yourself.
I'm unapologetically about it because I believe that that's how you win in this world. To be as competitive as possible, you need the best data set. And the best data set's reality. So, and I'm not saying exceptions don't disprove the rule. Of course, you can get Supercar Blondie or someone in here and she can drive great. Of course. I'm talking in general.
Yeah.
If you, in general, because you have to make general points. When you're on the internet, you can't make a point. Because people have said this to me. They say, oh, but you make such generalized points, and what about this person? Well, exceptions don't disprove the rule. If I say the sky is blue, everyone knows what I'm talking about. I can't talk. I can't get my point across if I say the sky is blue, unless it's raining, then it's gray. Unless it's a sunset, then it's red. But most of the time it's blue, but sometimes it's other colors. Like, how do you talk that way?
Yeah.
So I just say women can't drive because most of them fucking can. Sorry. Keir Starmer, add it to the fucking criminal file because they can't fucking drive. I don't trust them. So,
what's the situation with your social media accounts? Because I don't understand. Especially after Trump came into power and he was pushing free speech, and then Zuckerberg was like, yeah, we also agree with the whole free speech thing. Why the fuck have you not got your Instagram back?
That's a great question, and I don't want to insult Zuck. I don't know his entire story, but from what I've seen, it looks like he bent to the wills of the Democrats and do whatever they wanted and censored everyone and destroyed everyone's life and hid Hunter Biden's laptop and hid COVID and literally did genuine damage to the American population. Like, he did criminal acts. This is criminal. And now the Republicans come along, he's flipped 180 and he's pretending. How much of him, if this is actually genuine from him, and how much of it is him just trying to save his own skin and flipping back and forth? I don't know. But he hasn't restored me, so I guess that says a lot. It's because he should restore me. But I'm banned on YouTube also. I'm banned on TikTok also. I'm banned on Skype. I'm banned on Uber. I'm banned on Gmail. I'm banned on WhatsApp. I'm banned on Airbnb. Like, you name an app, I'm banned.
Well, I remember there was a phase after the cancellation where they were deleting or shadow banning accounts.
Wait, we just made the wrong turn. We just did it. Typical.
Let's see how much
Extra time it adds.
Hey, there it is.
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. There we go.
Yeah, so there was a phase where anybody who was uploading content with your face or your voice, I don't know how the fuck they were able to detect it, it was getting removed, and then those accounts were also getting shadow banned. But I feel like it's not as strict as it used to be anymore.
No, it's not with YouTube and Meta. With YouTube and Meta, you can get away with posting me, but TikTok you can't.
Okay.
TikTok, to be fair, I mean, there was a time it was TikTok. There was a time I ran TikTok.
Oh, yeah,
like, it was TikTok. You couldn't get rid of me. And TikTok got very upset by that for a few reasons. One, I think, because they launched TikTok Store. And I was selling, obviously, my school, which teaches people how to make money online, via TikTok, and I wasn't using their store. So I made hundreds of millions of dollars without TikTok getting a penny, which pissed them off. That's the first thing. And I feel like no one can do to TikTok what I did. I think they've changed everything to make sure no one else pulls that off again.
Yeah. That you literally changed the game.
I literally changed the game. And then TikTok was going to get banned by the American government.
Yeah.
They were in Senate and they were talking about how dangerous TikTok is, and the Chinese own it and all this shit, whether that's true or false. But at the time, the Democrats were in charge, and the Democrats don't like me. So TikTok was desperate to save its skin to get rid of me. And I would argue that TikTok is the only platform that has successfully got rid of me. Like, Meta hasn't banned me, YouTube hasn't banned me, I'm all over them. Yeah. If other people post me, I'm all over it. But TikTok, you can't post anything of me. They will take it down so fast. And not just me. It can be a cartoon version of me. It can be me with a voice changer. It can be me inverted so the AI can't detect it. It can be the back of my head. It can be my Bugatti. It can be my house in Romania. It can be anything associated with me.
But it's weird though, because technically it's owned by China, so what? I wouldn't imagine China got a problem with you.
No, I don't think China do, but they were just trying to keep their app. Am I going to the airport? Fucking hell. Dubai, bro. Dubai.
Yeah, guys, we are... Terminal 3.
Terminal 3, yeah. Hope I don't end up having to park and shit.
Have you got the jet there waiting for us? Where are we off to?
Yeah, it's back. It's back collecting wives. We'll be back soon. Yeah, so we're in the airport. But TikTok has successfully banned me, but I think they were just trying to save their skin because they were scared of getting banned, and they got banned anyway. Mm-hmm. And now there's a buy bid going through. A lot of different billionaires are putting in money to try and get TikTok. There's a guy called Rick, who's an American billionaire out of Wisconsin. I looked him up. I didn't really know much about him, but I was just researching who's going to buy TikTok, and I looked him up. And he seems like a good guy. He really wants to make America, TikTok American again. Seems really patriotic. So I hope he gets it. And then I hope free speech comes back. There is nothing the news can say about somebody that I will instantly believe. I just don't believe them. I'm like, I don't care what you say because you lie.
Well, the moment they go after someone, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'll respect that person more.
Well, this is the thing. In an empire of lies, you have to make the bad people look good and the good people look bad. Yeah. Michelle Obama just launched her podcast. No one watches it. Everyone's making fun of her. I thought she was adored because the media and the Matrix and the machine convinces you that everyone loves Michelle Obama. Turns out, once you put her out in the free market of ideas, she's hated. And let's look at the inverse. The media, the newspapers will convince you that I am hated. I can't walk down the street without crowds screaming my name. I'm loved. So the good people are talked about as if they're bad, like Trump, and the bad guys are talked about as if they're good. We're living in literally upside down world. Yeah. And they're doing that to keep us off center so that we can never gather our spirit and powers long enough to unite and prevent ourselves from being perma-fucked. Because that's what's happening now in Western democracies. The average man is getting perma-fucked in every way. His wife doesn't respect him. The kids are learning bullshit in school. He has no chance of a retirement, no chance of being rich. He's not even respected. The average man's going out there building the roads, bro. And no one has respect for him. How can you sit in the sun all day long building roads, and when you meet a woman, her be like, I don't want to be with a builder. I want to be with a guy who's a millionaire who can buy me a handbag. Bitch, those roads. You need roads. Yeah. What the fuck do you do? Instagram selfies? Suck dick? Bro, they don't do anything, these chicks. But they want to look down on men who do honest, hard labor. Yeah. Like, the whole world's fucked. And they want to keep us off kilter so no one realizes that. The reason they fear me so heavily is because I'm effectively a men's right activist. I say, well, men are allowed to want things too. They say, well, we want a man who's rich, and we want a man who's successful and high value and good looking and tall. That's what I want. Say, I don't want a hoe. Well, and then they lose their mind.
Yeah.
But I don't want a girl who's fun. I don't want a tunnel. You know, like, why are we not allowed standards?
Well, I think you came into the scene when it was needed most. That's one of the reasons why you had so much popularity, is because, like, fucking finally someone is saying it. Like, someone is standing up for the men.
Absolutely. And no one's standing up for men. And let's remember, more men go to jail, more men commit suicide, more men are depressed. Men's lives are much worse than women's lives.
Yeah.
The average male life sucks. Even if you're an average female, if you get in enough group, or if you're sexually liberated enough, you'll end up on a millionaire's table to live in a millionaire's life as an average-ass chick. Cheerleader effect. We can have 3 9s and a 7. Who cares? You know, like, who gives a shit? As an average dude, that doesn't happen.
No.
So, yeah, as a man, it's this constant, never-ending quest to become the top 1%, which is extremely difficult to do. And then you have a life worth living. But if you're a female, you don't have that quest. A woman doesn't wake up the way I wake up. I've already got hundreds of millions of dollars, and I'm arguably one of the most well-known people on the planet, and I've succeeded plenty. But when I wake up in the morning, I still have instant anxiety, like, shit, so much to get done. Fuck, okay, bang. And the girls I wake up with, girls, however many there are, they wake up and like, I'll take selfies today. Oops, we lost them. I'll take selfies today, or they wake up with so much peace and so
Yeah.
much time. They're like, oh, I'll have breakfast. I think I'll sit by the pool and work it out later. And that's actually beautiful because that's feminine. I don't want a woman who wakes up like a soldier.
Yeah.
But the
It's-
masculine imperative is the opposite.
Yeah, it's so fucking competitive, especially in today's world with social media. Even me just living out here, like, you look around, you see how much wealth there is, how many guys are kind of working on themselves, self-improvement.
Yeah.
Like, even though I've achieved a fair amount, there's still other people out there where I'm thinking, nah, like, I need to be the top dog.
Yeah,
Because,
100%.
because if you're not, like, that woman who you're dating or you're seeing, she's always gonna have her eyes looking around for
100%.
who's the best that she can get.
100%.
Like, even if she's talking to a number of different guys, I always want to make sure I'm the top one. I'm first choice.
That's the masculine imperative, right? We all want to be the king of the empire, and that's what built the modern world.
Mm-hmm.
All of this shit, everything around us, the roads we're driving on, the buildings we see,